ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jam. As you guys know, I am a voice actor. Don't do too much anime, but I still do voiceover for animation and video games. And apparently there is a situation on Twitter which I guess I somehow didn't get the full scope of or missed it, that's being reacted to right now. And I have a Tectone video discussing the dun-dun-dun situation. Let's see what's going on here. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Probably something that most people should do. Get off of Twitter. Too much Twitter is not good. I use Twitter. I use a lot of social media, but mostly to post things, announcements, etc. Funny comment here and there, and I dip. Right? So that's probably why I still have my brain intact, or at least my my sanity intact. Not everyone. That doesn't work for everybody, but still. But I do want to see what Mr. Tectone has to say about this whole thing. And I believe he's reacting to a, I want to say a Hero Hey video. Another person I've heard about. Anyways, let's get into it. This is the first time I'm really reacting to, in a long time, a Tectone thing, so.
I have a lot of things to say about this, so strap in, buckle up. Your boy's about to get really pissed off, and he's about to
get pissed off? Okay. All right.
Say things that other people on this platform are way too uncomfortable to say. Let's get into this. I've been following this drama for 3 days. Let's slop it up, boys.
Crazy situation on Twitter by Lucas. Thank you for the tag. In which we've got a tweet from JP Twitter getting over 55,000 likes from Kuji Live.
55,000.
This specific artwork of Dandanan characters.
Okay. So, someone redrew the characters and made them black? Okay, I'm going to say something that's going to be controversial. What's the problem with this? It's just fan art. What's the deal?
Okarun and Momo. And that artwork had got over 54,000 likes.
It's well drawn.
And lots of support from other Twitter users. However, as mentioned,
wow, 7.5
many people
million?
in Japan are not so pleased. Kuji Live's tweet reading,
okay, what's going on here?
There are still many racists who say that changing the race of a Japanese character is not discrimination.
There are many racists who say changing the race of a character is... Huh? Okay.
And as you can see from the quote, they say it's a great drawing because the character is not Japanese.
Okay. Okay, so they're saying it's a great drawing specifically because the character isn't Japanese, so that's being construed as racist? Oh, is it one of those things? Is it one of those, oh, I fixed your artwork drawings? If you point this out, you'll be called a racist?
If you point this out, you'll be called a racist.
Okay.
Their IQ is too low to even understand what discrimination is. But
okay.
So let's go ahead and talk about this.
Let me hear what he has to say and I'll
respond. I see a lot of artists on Twitter who change a white person, an Asian person, into a black person. And I see, yes, queen, go. This is so perfect. I love this. Slay. And then I see a bunch of artists taking black characters and turning them white or Asian. What do they say? Do they say, yes, Queen Slay? No, they don't. They say, ah, you're a f***ing racist. Okay. You're holding, this has set back our race 12 years.
All right, and this right here is why you should not be on Twitter as much as you think you should be on. Because there's a lot of people saying dumb opinions, and the only way they can get justification or appreciation of their dumb opinions is a place like Twitter, X, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. Guys, social media isn't the right place to have intelligent opinions. You have intelligent people on there, but the vast majority of them make comments like that. Now, before he even says anything, I want to see if any of our thoughts align here. That's hypocritical, isn't it? Number one, my first thought when I saw it was, oh, it's just art. They race swapped the characters, but it's fan art. It shouldn't really bother anybody, right? We should only be talking about how nice the drawing is. Obviously, there's a problem because there appears to be a trend of people using race-swapped artwork of popular characters and IPs or whatever as justification to say that it's now better because of the race. And how shallow can you be? That's my question. why is it gotta be the character's only good because he looks like me now, right? Or the character only, I can relate to the character now because now they look like me. I think that's shallow thinking, to be honest with you guys. I genuinely think that's shallow. There's so many stories and characters in this in the space, in media, in anime, that resonate with a lot of people all over the world, and I'm pretty sure they don't look like everybody. Like, I mean, a lot of people relate to Son Goku. They love Son Goku, no matter where they're from. And they don't look like him. I don't see... There probably are pictures of Goku being black. Wait, Goku black. But you know what I mean. But I never thought that the color of the skin mattered anyway. You know what I mean? I thought it was supposed to be color of the skin over content of the character, not color of the skin. So, but what I saw here was just a cool picture. Someone wanted to make him black, and that's it. Now, if it said something like fixed your terrible racist art, something like that, if it says something in there, I would have been like, that's not cool. I didn't see that, so I'm assuming that's not the case with this artist. However, I'm going to guess that happens a lot. Where they say, I fixed your artwork, blah, 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 blah. She's not black enough, or whatever. You know what I mean? I'm assuming that happens a lot.
I am going to tell you something very simple, and you need to hear this shit. Either all of it's okay, or none of it's okay.
I agree.
Okay?
I agree.
When you give a race special privileges where they're allowed to discriminate or hold prejudice against a certain race because it's not their race, it's racist.
Now, here's a question. I genuinely want an answer to this from somebody, anybody. Why do people feel like anime or fictional characters is the proper, avenue to have these opinions about race? Because I used, as a kid, these shows to escape stuff like that. Even if it had discussions about racism in it, which Static Shock did from time to time, I did not watch the show feel like I was getting indoctrinated about racism. You know, when I was a kid, I just liked any character for who they were, for what they did, what they didn't do, all that stuff. I don't see how characters should be used to, promote some type of real life commentary on race in a negative way, especially in a negative way. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. It seems like a waste of time to me. It really does.
Okay? When you allow one race to do things other races aren't allowed to do,
just because of their race,
it's racist. This is going to blow your mind. When you treat one race better than other races, it's racist. When you treat one race worse than other races, it's racist.
I don't understand. Okay, so he's clearly upset about this, and probably because he's been watching this and dealing with this for a long time, because he's definitely on social media a lot more than me. I don't see the problem with what he's saying. So far, I'm down with everything he's saying. What's the issue? Because I hear people say he has a bad reputation on social media or on videos before. I've seen it before. Where's the part on this where he's saying something that's controversial is what I want to know. You know, everyone's mother has said to them, treat people the way you want them to treat you. Everyone's heard that phrase before, but it seems like when they become adults, they act like they don't have to follow that anymore. And I feel like that's really pathetic. Right? I really don't understand it. These are things that you're taught as a child, to treat people the way you want to be treated. And then they get a driver's license and they leave their parents' house. Some of them do. And now all of a sudden, they could just say this kind of nonsense. They can just act the opposite way and expect to be treated fine afterwards. He shouldn't get any backlash, though. He's saying facts. I think in the world of social media, you're going to get backlash regardless of what you do. Right?
Guys, you know this. I know this.
Yep.
Everybody fucking knows this, and nobody wants to talk about it.
What do you mean nobody wants to talk about it? What is he talking about? That can't be right. There's no way people are posting that kind of stuff online and no one's calling them out on that crap. Are you serious? There's no way. It's so obviously wrong. It's so obviously wrong. Not maybe. It's just obviously wrong. Like, again, I did not see in that artwork where they said, I fixed your art because it was because of race reasons. If that was the case, I'd probably be upset at that. Otherwise, it's just a cool piece of art. It looks well done. What's the issue?
You can go on the internet and say, fuck all crackers, I hope they die.
No, you can't.
No.
You can do that? No, you can't. Why would you do that? That's terrible.
No one will care. You say that about any other race.
Any other race?
Your career is fucking over. White people are the punching bag of the internet currently. Unfortunately, that's led to a very uncomfortable ripple effect of other races becoming way too comfortable on social media. And it's just the truth.
I'm going to pause right there. Yeah, because, guys, you need to understand, racism is a universal human trait. Universal human problem. It is in every race. Every race has a history of it. Every race has a history of treating other people like garbage because they don't look alike or they don't follow the same dogma or beliefs. But this, speaking of just racism, everyone has it. And it always seems like a pendulum swing. No one wants to just forget and equalize it and just forget and just move on and get better. They always want to return the favor eventually once they get an ounce of control or power back. And this is why racism never ends in America, especially. Specifically in America, racism has not stopped because every time there's opportunity to get back at the other side for perceived slights based off of race in the past, we do it. It shocks me how we don't understand that. How history will repeat itself. I don't understand that. Okay? I was not taught to treat people like this. As a child. I'm a grown-ass man now. Sorry. I'm a grown-ass man now. I still don't do that. Because it's just obvious. Maybe it's because it's social media and people with bad attitudes, with bad apples feel safer. Because I tell you, if you go out in public and you say racist shit to people, let's say you're in New York and you go into Harlem or something and you start, and let's say you're not black and you just start saying racist stuff to people online, that you would say online in front of them, what do you think would happen to you? You know? But obviously it's not easy to do that online, so maybe that's what it is. Maybe you're just safer. You feel safe to be stupid like that.
It really is the truth. If you can't change white people into black people in artists, animations, and recasting, then you should also not be allowed to make black people white. Make it fair. A two-way street. We just keep...
He's just talking about their actual appearance, right? He's not talking about, like, casting selections, right? Maybe I'm about to say a controversial opinion again. But I don't think it matters that much. It does matter in certain situations, I feel like. You know what I mean? Like, for example, if you're casting for a series where the lore is based off of Scottish lore or something like that, or mythology from a certain place in the world, and it's very central to the plot, to the story, then I probably would cast people from that area. or who are native or has a you know what I mean, of that race. That makes sense. If you're playing a character from from generic anime 101 or whatever it is, I don't think that matters, right? Can we all agree?
The normal races, what they are. If a character's Asian in the story, they're Asian in the live adaptation.
Okay.
If they're black in the story, they're black in the live adaptation.
That's fine. I know they aren't doing that every once in a while, as some people decide not to do that. And every time they do that, from what I've seen, they get bashed for it. They get negative press for that. Right? Now, here's my problem with it. I think it depends on it depends on the way you go about it. No one hated on Morgan Freeman for his role in The Shawshank Redemption. Loved it. No one cared. But that's not always the case. What's the reason for that? Right? Look up Shawshank Redemption. Look up the story. It's a famous film. One of Morgan Freeman's greatest films, in my personal opinion. I've never heard anyone and I've been around, I've been around when I was watching it, obviously, even to now. Never heard anyone complain about the race swap of Morgan Freeman for this character who's objectively white in the original story. Not one time. So what makes it different between that example, which was a long time ago, which means people have been race swapping back then for films and TV or whatever, to now? I'll let you answer that on your own.
But we can't do this shit where people are fine of changing white people and the black people, but we're not fine with black people becoming Asians. You just cannot do that.
It is a slippery slope. While you understand... Well, hold on, first of all, hold on. I mean, even back then, didn't they have like a whole bunch of movies where characters who should be like Egyptian or Asian or whatever, they have them all cast by white people? They did that back then too. Now, maybe it was more race motivated. I can't really say that now, but I do feel like some examples that just wasn't the case. Many examples it wasn't the case. I don't feel like that means that we should do the in some retaliatory fashion do the same thing. I'm trying to think of anything I saw, any movies I've seen recently, or anything in the past several years where I watched like a character that was supposed to be black was white, was cast as white. I think it's definitely a lot more different. And we've seen casting changes. We've seen casting changes in anime and TV shows where people who were black that were cast as non-black characters dropped the role for whatever reason that they stated. And then in reverse, where white characters were playing non-white characters in anime or video games or cartoons. And and no one complained about it, by the way. And then they just dropped the role for whatever reason. You know what I mean? Like, I'll just say it right now, like, I don't mind that the original voice for Chad didn't voice in Bleach when they brought it back. But I was confused, and I was not going to be upset if he voiced Chad. It makes no difference to me. It never made a difference to me. And I honestly think most people feel the same way. They don't care. As long as they're entertained, they enjoy themselves, and the actor is doing a great job. You know what I mean? Why can't? And I don't think it's a lot of people. But why can't we go back to that? You know? You can make the argument about we need to give more people of different races more opportunities. I feel like, yes, we can do that without taking away opportunities from other people. That's my personal opinion. Can you do that? Are you willing to do that? Or are we choosing to do it another way because it makes a better statement for us? or for you personally? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know the whole like reason why people do these things. I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, you know. But I know this. I guarantee you, not all these people who are letting their roles go because they don't fit the racial profile of the character they always voiced, I guarantee you, not all of them wanted to let go of that character willingly. Guarantee you. But for one reason or another, they felt like they had to, or they were forced to avoid some type of repercussion. That's what I think.
It's fucked up. This virtue signaling is ridiculous. The moral grandstanding of people supporting this shit are just as racist as the people fucking doing this.
Yeah, and that's the thing, the moral grandstanding, you know, it's not people don't like being lied to about, I feel like when you do something like that and then you use moral grandstanding on top of that, it gives people a bad taste in their mouth, right? Now they know you're not being real. You know what I mean? You're not doing it for the art form. You're doing it to promote something that they did not ask for. So they're going to be mad at you. They're going to be upset at you. They're going to find something else. Because at the end of the day, this is a product and a customer, right? At the end of the day, that's what it is. It's consumer-based business. Huh. All right, keep on going, man.
And it's going to be real, guys. You know what it is? It's a 3-letter word. It's fucking cringe. Race swapping, thank you, chat. Race swapping is cringe as fuck. Leave the characters as intended, besides Hatsune Miku, because Brazilian Miku was hot as fuck, and I jerked off to that so hard.
Okay, you. Jesus Christ. I thought Brazilian Miku was fun. Was awesome. And I also noticed that no one was complaining about that. No one complained about Brazilian Hatsune Miku. Not one person I've heard complain about that. It's so confusing, dude. You know what I mean? It's just fan art. People just having fun. Oh, boy.
All right, anyways.
But Kuji Live wasn't done there, as he went and made this second tweet. Another user responding saying, not all foreigners, but those with certain politics. I'm Hispanic born and raised in USA. Manga and anime have been a part of my life since I was a toddler. Recent events have honestly infuriated and saddens me to see the disrespect Japan has had to deal with from Westerners.
And I don't like, and this is probably why I wanted to do the video, because the impression is that there's a lot of people portraying this ideal, and it's not. It's not even a majority. It's not even half. It's not even 10%. It's a very small percent, guys. Okay? Not just people in general, but voice actors as well. They just want to work. They just want to work, have fun doing it, and that's it. Put their hard hat on, go to work, go home. Put their feet up. They ain't thinking about race. They don't have time for that. You know I'm right? We just want to make sure the bills are paid on time. 99% of us, voice actors, only care about making sure the job is done well and that we're proud of what we do and we get paid so the lights can stay on in the house or the apartment or whatever. That's it. And again, the thing that I hate about Twitter is it takes a small amount of people with really bad opinions and amplifies that to the nth degree, to the point where in many situations it sounds like it's a lot more it sounds like a lot more people than it really is. And then other people will see that and they go, "Oh, that's how they all think." And now everybody has a bad reputation because a few people had some sus opinions and had a small temporary lapse in judgment, like everybody does every so often, you know? I don't like hearing stuff like this happen, and then now I'm being grouped in with a very tiny amount of people who feel a certain way about race, and I have no idea what the hell's going on. I'm like, what happened? When was this a problem? Anyways.
Conversely, this user going against Kuji Live's tweet saying it's not that deep. The person made a black version because they love the character.
Wait, what's this?
Let me hear this. Let me see this.
Okay, hold up. What's this? So that justifies a 16-year-old getting harassed over art.
What?
First of all, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. Is the 16-year-old the one who made him black? So here's my opinion. If you're a minor on the internet and you're upset that you're getting treated like every other individual on the internet, then get the fuck off the internet. Here's my
facts. This is Twitter, not Disneyland. The harsh reality is, if you're on social media, there are adults on social media. If you post something on there, you're going to get good reactions, you're going to get good comments, but you're also going to get bad ones. And in between, you have to deal with it. You have to learn how to deal with it without losing your mind. If you cannot do that, get off social media. It's not for you right now. Sorry. That's
my opinion.
That's the truth.
People who are underneath 18 should not be allowed to have social media. There's no way to tell how old somebody is by whatever they post on Twitter. So here's an idea.
I get that. How you're going to be able to enforce that without breaking laws or our constitution or whatever, I don't think that's possible, to be honest with you. The way it is right now, I think people just have to accept personal responsibility and navigate the internet, the good, the bad, and the ugly, the way they know how. The best way they know how. And sometimes even doing that, you're still going to have issues. Okay? I don't need a website. I don't need the government giving me rules on how to behave on social media. I'm a grown-ass man. I can figure that out myself. Even if I don't know all the rules, I can figure out some general rules. Don't cuss people out. Be polite. Don't like something they're saying. Don't react to it. Block them if you have to. You ain't got nothing nice to say? Don't say it at all. Stuff that you were taught before the age of 10 as a child. You see what I'm saying? I don't need a governing body to tell me that stuff. And you don't either. So if you post a stupid comment and you get stupid responses back, do not be shocked, nor feel the need to react to that. But if you do, accept the consequences. That's easy.
If you're going to cry when you get harassed for doing some dumb shit, then get the fuck off the internet, delete your fucking account, or better yet, Twitter, ban them. People under 18 should not be online, and that's just my
online? Now, I think that's too much. That's too much. But I understand why he's saying that. But that's too much.
If you're upset, I don't care. Go play Roblox in your safe space. Don't come on here and say, oh, I can post dumb shit because I'm a minor. Nah, bro, shut the fuck up.
Characters and want to see them in a similar skin tone. I don't get how you jump through hoops to end with racism as a conclusion. So here's the thing. I took a look at the profile.
Yeah. Can we see the picture, please?
Of the person who made the art of Okarun and Momo. And from what I saw, like 99% of the art that they draw of anime characters is a black version. You would think if they really did like all these characters the way they are, that there'd be more variety. But instead,
just based on what I'm seeing here, I think this person just likes to draw characters as black people. They're good at it. You have to show me that they are literally going out of their way to do this because specifically of some type of race-hating type of mentality, which I really have a hard time believing that right now. On face value, there's nothing wrong with doing this. Not one thing. If this person can do drawings of Brazilian Miku and no one cry about it, then this is okay too. Let fair be fair.
Instead, almost every single time they draw one of these characters, it's an altered version, in which it's pretty understandable that Japanese people might take a look at that and come to the conclusion that these people don't like the characters the way they are.
They come to that conclusion most likely because that type of artwork has sometimes appeared with comments about fixing it or race swapping or race baiting from the West, and now they're programmed to believe that any drawing like that is associated with that type of rhetoric. whether it is or not. So in a sense, they've been trained to see it that way. And that's obviously not good. I don't know the channel this is coming from. But not once in this video have I heard them saying that this channel is out trying to race swap characters for nefarious reasons. Let's see what's going on here. Still, why are grown-ass people wasting their time sitting down and calling out art? Like, put your phone down and do something that's actually beneficial. You're right, but this is 2024 social media. Of course, you're not doing that. Right? And if they're going to waste, just because they waste their time calling it out, being idiots like that, doesn't mean you have to waste time responding to them. Just block them and move on. That's why I never understand why artists apologize on social media. You literally accomplish nothing. You literally accomplish nothing. If you know that you drew this art in good faith just for fun and just to practice and because you love a character or you just want to try an alternate whatever happened to AUs? I thought AUs were a thing. Alternative universe. Wasn't that a thing that people did all the time? Oh, here's Attack on Titan AU about X, Y, and Z, but they're in space, or they're in this place, or they're in that place, and some things are different about the characters, and some things are the same. But people have fun with that all the time. Last time I checked, and no one had a problem with it. So what's the deal now? Why am I losing my voice, man? I'm so confused. I swear to God, people were doing AUs all the time years ago on like Tumblr or whatever, and no one had a problem with it. Not one person I heard ever had a problem with this. Like, oh, how dare you make this person this way? Or how dare you make this character who's canonically straight in this AU or headcanon, now they're gay for some reason. No one had a problem with it. So what's the deal? Do we just forget? I don't understand.
And that they might not like Japanese people either. And other Japanese users would respond to the art.
And here's the thing I was talking about. Put it back. That's hilarious. So here's the thing. I've seen pictures of characters that were, let's say, white. And then someone does exactly this. I fixed it. I put it back. And then the character is like darker. And people, obviously you have people who loved it because they were into that race baiting nonsense. And then some people who just like the artwork. And then you have some people who are like, this is terrible. Why would you change the character without the artist's permission, right? And some of those are valid. A lot of that's valid. Let's see what's going on here.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, bro. If your entire personality is taking Asian characters and making them black, how the f are you surprised when you rub somebody the wrong way?
I somewhat disagree with this. Back to the AU comment. I don't think people should have a problem with reinterpreting characters in their fan art as such, as long as they are not going out of their way to express that this is the way it should be, or doing something along with that art in a way that expresses disrespect to the original work. If that is the case, I have no problem with it. No problem whatsoever. Even if I don't like the art, the race swap art, it's not worth my time to cry about it. It really isn't. I saw people making jokes about making Black Panther white, and I thought it was hilarious due to the absurdity of it. But I didn't run outside and have a BLM riot on my street because of it. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I somewhat disagree on what he's saying.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how the fuck are you surprised? Obviously, that's offensive as shit.
I only think it's offensive because we have been trained to associate that type of artwork nowadays with people who are racist. Right? I almost want to pull up this art. I almost want to pull it up after this video. I have to see if this person... I just want to see the artwork. Because, like, I have a strong feeling that this is an example of a person who just wants to draw cool things as draw the characters, reinterpret them to look more like them. I think that's all it is. Why can't it be like that? I know why it can't be like that. It should be fine. Honestly, I've seen worse. I've seen a lot worse.
So just stop race swapping. It's cringe as fuck.
Work in different ways. For example, this one, posting Okarun and Momo and saying, "I'll put it back." Finally, a tweet pointing out hypocrisy reads, "They'll gladly bully a Japanese artist into oblivion for drawing Marina a shade lighter than usual."
Oh, I hated that crap. I remember Genshin Impact. People were pissed off at like Kaya for whatever reason. He was like slightly lighter in one drawing. You gotta remember, not every artist is drawing these characters. Okay? Not every artist is going to has to or needs to get an exact copy of their color palette. They can just kind of look and see and just reinterpret it however they want. It's art, goddammit. It's not official stuff. I don't understand it, dude.
And then go and do this.
Yep.
Rules for the...
I've seen photos of Nahida as black from Genshin Impact as black as all hell, dude. Like the blackest Nahida I've ever seen in my entire life. I assumed it was because they were giving some love to the voice actor. And I moved the fuck on. It wasn't worth any more time than that.
But not for me.
So, dude. So true, bestie. Holy...
This hypocritical crap right here. Bullying a Japanese artist for drawing a character like a shade lighter is actually cringe. Absolutely insane. Like, you're not... Like, okay, let me just put it this way. If you think, as a whoever you are, that you're helping people like me by bullying a Japanese person over a darker character being a shade lighter in their drawing of that character, if you think you're helping me, people like me, you're wrong. You're actually making it worse. Because now they're associating this situation with triggering people like me when I'm not triggered at all.
Fuck. Hey. It's fine when they do it, but when I do it, it's a fucking problem. It's just insane. Dude, it's so hypocritical.
It's so annoying because I know that this is a very small amount of people who are doing this, and it makes everyone look bad. It makes everyone look bad.
Disgusting. I'm going to come.
What? I forget who I'm watching.
By the way, is referencing a situation that did actually happen, where the creator of Pop Team Epic posted this art of Marina, which then got him a flood of responses on Twitter from various...
The creator of Pop Team Epic drew that? Oh, that's cool. Of course, we're watching this video, so something obviously terrible happened. What happened? Let me guess, she's not dark enough?
People harassing him.
She's not black enough.
Oh,
she's not black enough. You're racist. Yeah, it's a problem when they do it, right? Or it's a problem when I do it, but when they do it, it's fine. It's fucking ridiculous, bro. It's so stupid. It's so goddamn dumb.
Something I covered in a video a few months back, including one tweet posting this artwork saying,
What? Damn, I think we're going to have to kill this guy, Rena? What? But why? For over a drawing?
We're going to have to kill this guy. Of course, they might...
Okay, I'm not going to lie. I think that's funny.
That's so silly. That's so silly, dude.
It's kind of funny, though.
I argue that it's just a joke. But even if they want to use that defense, it's pathetic behavior.
Yeah.
Anyways, let me know what you think about this stuff in the comments.
People are being insane about this. Let's see here. Yo, I'm Japanese. Stop making Asian characters look black. We're not Disney.
Wow. What does that mean? What does that mean? We're not Disney characters. What does that mean? Yo, I'm Japanese. Stop making Asian characters look black. We're not Disney characters. What is that? Oh, I know. I remember. I know what they mean. Because Disney's being associated with race swapping characters in a lot of their stuff recently for no reason. Look at this picture at the bottom though. Yo, I'm Japanese. Picture of a white guy in a okay, whatever. Insane. It is kind of funny. It is kind of funny.
That's crazy. Dude, 372,000 likes. That's insane. That is insane.
Oh, wait, who was that? Let me go back.
And that is
I wish I knew who did this. Wait. Rate proposed community notes. Can I find this on Twitter? Oh yeah, live action Ariel. I heard that movie did terrible, guys. I heard that movie was awful. I wonder why that was.
Insane. Also true, real. Don Depend, good. I can honestly see why they're upset, because if you're white and wash black the characters, they say you're race, but you can't make their own characters at all. It's fun, honestly stupid. Yeah.
Yeah. As a fan of certain characters and media, whatever have you, like, it does bother me. Just as a consumer, just as a consumer, it does bother me when I see that. When I see characters that I've grown up with a certain way change drastically on their skin tone for no reason, right? I don't always feel that way, but sometimes I do feel that way. I didn't feel that way about Shawshank Redemption. I didn't feel that way about Nick Fury. Right? Those are two examples. I didn't care that Samurai Jack was voiced by a black guy. I didn't care that Cleveland was voiced by a white guy. I didn't care. But as you can tell, people like me, our opinions weren't asked. They just did what they wanted and thought they were doing me a favor. They were not. I do not genuinely care for the most part.
Yeah, it's fucking dumb. Rules for thee, not rules for me. It's pathetic.
And now we got to the point where now everyone feels slighted by having this conversation, right? You know what I mean? All we had to do is just create more characters of different ethnicities, since we're just talking about race, and then that's it. Right? You want representation? Pick up your pen, pick up your pencil, create your own stuff, and present it to us. Make your own story. Add more characters to an already established product. Let them be prominent. Let them have cool things. Write them as amazing characters. That's how you naturally do it. And treat them the same way you treat the other legacy characters in terms of how you handle them. That's all. When it feels like a trick to get me to buy your stuff, that's when I feel like you're just, that's when I start feeling like, okay, so you think I'm that stupid, right? And that goes with other stuff. Nick Fury was white. And then they made him black. They basically made him look like Samuel L. Jackson. Then they cast Samuel L. Jackson, which was hilarious. I like that. That's fine. I don't mind that. I don't know. Dude, I remember having a conversation with my dad. Because we watched Justice League. We were watching an episode of Justice League, and Lex Luthor showed up, and he was like, what? Why did they make Lex Luthor black? And this is the first time. That was actually the first time I remember having a conversation with race swaps. Because that whole time, I just didn't even question it. I just accepted that he's black now. And it was totally fine. Like, as I remember the Christopher Reeve Superman, I remember what the Lex Luthor was white in the movies. You know? Lex Luthor is white in every cinematic version of Superman. But for some reason in the animated series, he was black. All right? And I didn't even care, dude. I didn't even care a little bit. I didn't even care. Okay. So, moral of the story, guys, people should be more like me. I don't know. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. I hope that the voice actors didn't get any flack for this. That's for sure. I really hope they didn't. Did they get in trouble for any of this? Because none of this is their fault. This doesn't seem like anything that they did wrong, specifically the voice actors.
English voice actor of Ken Kakamura supports blackwashing art and then reverts back immediately.
Ah, god damn it. What do you mean? New profile pic. This is fire. Thank you. I don't get it. He just likes the art. Okay, so you see what's happening here, guys? Any positive comment to that picture is treated as some type of supportive whitewashing or blackwashing, whatever you want to call it. When I guarantee you, he just likes the picture. And there's nothing wrong with that. AJ Beckles is black, last time I checked. Unless I'm thinking about someone else. Right? Right, what's wrong with that? Again, I don't see any problem with him liking this picture. It's good picture. It's a good picture. It's well done. He didn't even say anything about the art being better than the original. Exactly. But the problem isn't him. The problem are the people who make this into something it's not. I swear to God, when I was on Tumblr, everyone was having when I was, or not even Tumblr, it was just anything. People were making AUs of characters all the time, and they get to change whatever they want about the characters for fun. And they would get artwork for it, and they would create stories for it, and make comics about it, and no one had a problem. No one had a problem. Now all of a sudden, you're racist. How do you make that leap? How do you make that leap? Absolutely insane. What was Asman going to say? I don't know if I'm going to watch a little video.
Oh yeah, I was going to watch a video about this. Here's what my opinion is for it. This is actually my viewpoint.
Oh, hold up. He actually posted some comments about this. Hold up. Every time there is a black actor cast in a role in fantasy where the source material version is... Wait. Okay, every time there is a black actor cast in a role in fantasy, very specific, where the source material version is lighter skin, someone always has something to say about it. So tiring. It doesn't affect the characters whatsoever, so it's okay. Okay, so most of this I agree with. There are people, every time someone is cast, there are people, when a character gets cast as something, and the person that's doing the voice doesn't racially fit the character, which actually is even more wrong, because they're not even talking about the race in certain situations. In many situations, especially in anime, they're just talking about the skin color. Because all these characters are Japanese, right? For the most part. They're not going to cast a Japanese person over here in the West every single time an anime character is available in an anime. What are you asking for? Hello? Guys, let me give you a secret. I would like to give you a little secret before we move on. I'm just gonna I feel like it's important. I don't think I can keep this in any longer. I want to apologize to everybody. I voice a character in Yu-Gi-Oh! That is not black. I'm sorry. Foolishness. By the way, I've not received one comment. I've not received one comment about my race in regards to this character. Not once. Not one. 0. Now, you could say it may be because Yu-Gi-Oh! 7 isn't as popular as Dun-Dun-Dun. So they didn't get to me yet. Maybe that's what it is. You could say that. That's
the situation surrounding.
Hold on a second. There we are. You could say that. But I bring that up to say that it doesn't happen every time. It's just that, again, there is a small amount of people who get mad brave. These cowards get mad brave on Twitter, and they start yapping, knowing there's no repercussion. So now it feels like it's a lot of people doing this all the time when it's just a couple of cowards doing it. You know? That's all. And honestly, I don't think there's anything you can do to stop that. You just got to know that's what it is and move on. You know what I mean? I would be that dude. I put this picture on my profile. If someone sent me a picture of Black Roa Kassidy because they wanted to, like, as a homage to me, for example, I'm assuming, or say, oh, this is, or not even for me. It's just, let me just try drawing Roa Kassidy black. And I saw it and I liked it. I might make that profile image. I don't care. Seriously, what are you actually going to do about it? No one's going to do anything about it. You know what I mean? First of all, I genuinely think it's because how popular this anime is. First of all, it attracts more of those types of people anyways, in any fandom. But let's get back to what he's saying here. And Kendall voices Rappa, but she's honestly a great fit for role. And I don't remember hearing anyone complain about that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not on social media enough. I don't hear anyone complaining about that. So you know it's not everybody. It's not even a large percentage of people. It's just very small. It's just very small. You know, trying to get attention so they can look good in front of their friends. That's all it is. What is this? Let me just go back to this. Someone always has something to say about it. So tiring. It doesn't affect the character whatsoever. It does. You're right. He's right. It doesn't affect the character whatsoever. It should never. 0. Let's read the next part. The reason white people in most cases shouldn't be playing POC isn't a matter of color. It's culture. Speaking for black people, we know what a barbershop sounds like on Sundays. What a hot comb smells like when it's going through our hair. It's not the color. It's the culture. Again, he can have his opinion on that. My opinion is for the vast majority of roles, if someone's the best someone is best for the role, and there isn't a part of their character that's directly tied, that's pivotal, especially a pivotal part of the character, that's directly tied to the culture that the character is represented, it should be fine. It should be fine. I don't think we have time to complain about that. We have more important things to do. You know, I don't think a barbershop necessarily equates to black culture. But maybe it does where he's from or from people he knows. You know what I mean? I don't know. A lot of this is just what media shows people as, oh, this is black culture. You know what I mean? You guys remember the movie Barbershop, right? That was a great movie. But I don't think every black neighborhood is like that. You know what I mean? Anyways. So I semi-agree with this. There are characters that are black that should be played by black people because there specifically calls for that. Like I wouldn't want a black character from Wakanda for a Black Panther film being played, or animation being played by a white actor, obviously, right? That's the obvious example. But if it's just some random black guy, then I personally wouldn't care. Now, some people would still only pick black people for that role. And I personally believe that's also fine. But I also believe for some of them, it's just so they don't want to hear the nonsense. They don't want to hear people coming out of nowhere, coming out of the left side, talking about how racist it is. They don't want the smoke. They don't need that. They don't need that annoyance, right? So I understand why people do that. Because it's just not worth it. You know what I mean? I totally get it.
All of these issues and all of this, like, changing the races for the characters. I think that when you're making fan art of something, if you want to swap the race of the person, I think that's totally fine.
Absolutely fine.
If you want to make a black person white, that's fine. If you want to make a white person black, that's fine. If you want to make a curvy chick, make her fat or ugly or like weird looking, that's fine. If you want to make a skinny girl or, you know, some girl that's fat, make her skinny and more attractive maybe, then go ahead and do it. It's fine.
I've seen people redraw, like, I've seen fan art of canonically skinnier characters made bigger. Like, you know, they got more weight on them. Not once had that bothered me. I didn't care. It's fine. Is the art good? Do I like the art? Yes or no. That's it. You know? And even with artwork where I don't like the art, it wasn't because of that. Maybe it was because of the art style or the way they drew something or the pose or whatever. You know? Now, there have been some examples where I saw artwork that was of a character that was canonically significantly different than what I'm used to from the original art. And I didn't like it for that reason. But it wasn't because I didn't like X person IRL. You know what I mean? And again, 99% of people think that way.
It's art, and you should be able to be creative in whatever way you want with fan art, because you're a fan of the show.
Yeah.
And if you want to express that in a unique way, that's totally okay.
Exactly.
The problem is that people treat it in a one-directional way, where it's like if you make a, you know, like a white character black, people are like, wow, this is great. And if somebody makes a black character white, or sorry, a black character white, then they're also getting harassed. The issue is that there's a double standard.
Yeah.
There should not be a double standard at all. If you want to draw a canonical character in a different race, a different gender, like people gender bend characters all the time. And
I'm so glad he brought that up. Why didn't I even think of that? People do that all the time. All the time. No one complains about it. No one. So you know it's just hypocrites. A small amount of them. Just acting up for just to have foolishness. Why are we listening to these people? Why are we giving them the time of day? Right? So I hope, chat, you see, I'm not going to watch the whole video, but I can already tell this guy knows what's going on here. I can already tell this guy gets it. I can already tell this guy gets it. I can already tell. Okay. So that's what I wanted to react to as a voice actor who just wants to just do his job, go home, relax, and then get up, get up and get ready for work the next day. Yeah, it's nothing, you know what I mean? And the attacks on voice actors for this shit is so annoying. And the perception it makes people, in the perception it gives people who are watching this on the sidelines has infected social media and the perception of voice actors in general. When 99.9% of them are just regular people who just want to go to work, doing what they love, and occasionally they see fan art that they appreciate, and now they have to worry about if they like this post, what people are going to say they might be like. And that could affect their job. You know? Or affect a bunch of stuff that it shouldn't affect. You know? So, I don't know if AJ has this on here. I'm going to be blunt. If I'm him, actually, let me see. He probably took it down, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if he took it down. I wouldn't even be mad at him about it, dude. I honestly would not be mad at him about it. To be honest. Okay. I would not even be mad about him. I'm sorry. I got upset. I'm sorry. Well, I think I'm gonna stop the video now. I think I'm gonna stop the reaction video because that genuinely pissed me off, dude. I'm genuinely pissed. So I hope you guys see like just a little bit of the like. I'm sure you guys already know about some of this stuff, but like the nonsense that happens to voice actors over really stupid shit. You know, people want to use voice actors to like promote their worldview on race, and we just want to work. We just want to work, bro. So, I'm so sorry, AJ, that this shit happened to you. And I'm assuming it happened because you were trying to support an artist that was getting harassed online. And to be fair, and to be honest, if I did the same thing, I would expect it to happen to me too. And I'm not even mad at him for turning off his account. Like, who needs that? Who needs that? Who needs that nonsense in their lives, bro? Bro. Yeah, I'm reading some comments online about it right now. Let me see this. If you're complaining about an English VA for Okaroon choosing to support a 16-year-old artist after she got bashed for posting a black edit of a character he voiced, he's black, by the way, you're the worst. AJ did nothing wrong, and if you think he did, congratulations, you're toxic. Pretty much that's what it is. Now, I don't know if this video is going to go anywhere. I don't really care. What the heck? What is this? Play victim now and start talking about mental. Hold up, are we reading the same comment? I didn't think he was talking about. I didn't think he was victim doing anything victim-like. What are you talking about, bro? This guy. All right, that's it. We're done. We're done here. When you want to perceive something a certain way, it doesn't matter how wrong you are. For a lot of these people, when they are dead set on perceiving things a certain way, for whatever reason, it doesn't matter if you can throw the truth right in their face. They won't believe it. It's easier for him to just sit there and bitch on Twitter, basically. And, you know, the thing about it is, like, the thing that makes it worse is that there actually is a genuine history of black people being harassed in America, for example, just for existing, right? And that hasn't gone away, although it's a lot better than it was 50 years ago. I can genuinely say I've never been severely harassed or I never felt like I was a target of racism. Not once in my life, right? The fact that I can exist in a world like that, even though racism does exist, is huge. Doesn't make me lucky. It just means that's doesn't make me lucky. It's the result of people who did experience that and paid the ultimate price for that, so that I didn't have to. So I know it exists. I know it existed. I know it still exists. And I'm not going to pretend it doesn't. So I just can't believe this comment. It doesn't mean that me bringing it up implies that I'm harping on it in to gain some type of sympathy, or that I feel victimized today because of it. You know what I mean? I don't think a lot of people feel that way. Simply acknowledging the truth of what happens to people because of their skin color does not mean that they're victimizing it for some type of credit. Now, some people do that. And that's probably why this guy, Jin, whatever his name is, responded like this. But yeah, I genuinely totally get it that he cut off his social media. I genuinely get it. I genuinely get it. It's fine. Bro. This is why I don't see on social media a lot. I caught wind of this very recently, dude. I caught wind of this very recently. And this is why I'm not on social media like 8 hours a day or whatever. I just don't have the time for that. I'd rather be sleeping or eating or dealing with my own personal problems. But we need some black people saying the same thing, because some people don't listen unless it's the same color skin person saying it to them. For some reason. Some people don't care unless it's the same person talking to them that looks like them saying this stuff. Because now it's valid, even though it's the truth. So yeah, that's what's going on here. Good stuff, guys. I think I'm gonna go take a nap or something. I don't know. Get a Pepsi. I don't know.